Welcome to the repair shop, where cherished family heirlooms are brought back to life.
Anything can happen. This is the workshop of dreams.
Home to furniture restorer Jay Blades.
Nowadays, things are not built to last, so we've become part of this throwaway culture. It's all about preserving and restoring. We bring the old back to new.
Working alongside Jay will be some of the country's leading craftspeople.
I like making things with my hands.
I love to see how things work, and I want to know how things work.
Whether it's a Rembrandt or somebody's family piece, every painting deserves the same.
Each bringing their own unique set of skills.
You're about to witness some magic.
They will resurrect, revive,
Oh, yes.
and rejuvenate treasured possessions and irreplaceable pieces of family history.
Oh, my goodness me. It looks like it's new.
Bringing both the objects
Oh, wow.
and the memories that they hold back to life.
Oh.
In the repair shop today,
Bosh, bish, bash.
Furniture's Batman and Robin, Jay and Will, pull some heroic moves to rescue a 100-year-old chair.
Wow, that's impressive.
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
While Guillaume Pons, a specialist ceramics conservator, works on a stunning mother-of-pearl piece. First customers of the day are Scott Ferguson and Diana Colleran, here to see the repair shop's resident ceramics restorer, Kirsten Ramsay.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are we doing?
Good, thank you very much. Very well.
OK, so what have we got here?
A Jollica stick stand formed as a bulldog.
It's a bulldog.
Yeah. And poor Sweetpea, I think he's missing a little bit of tail.
So you call him
as well.
Sweetpea? It's called Sweetpea?
He is, look.
Oh, bless.
We didn't christen him. He was already christened that, yes.
So it looks a bit Frankenstein now, doesn't it?
He does.
At least all the pieces are there. It looks quite crude, but the pieces are all there. So you haven't got to make anything up apart from a few little spots here and there.
That's true.
That makes it easier.
Yeah. Right. Well, I don't know about easy, but it certainly helps.
It helps.
Antique collectors Diana and Scott live in Lincolnshire with their two dogs, Ginger and Lily.
Cow, a good cow.
They're both barking about bulldogs.
One day, I was speaking to one of my colleague dealers, and he said, "Look, I've got this bulldog figure." He said, it's quite badly damaged, smashed about a bit. Do you want it at all? And I said, well, yeah, that'd be lovely, thank you very much. I went into work one day, and it was just there. And it was a big, smashed-up pottery bulldog called Sweetpea.
When Scott brought Sweetpea home, I took one look and I thought, oh, my goodness. What's that? It was a face only a mother could love.
Sweetpea was assigned to sit by the front door, as pride of place under the stairs belonged to another very special bulldog, their beloved pet, Harvey.
He was part of the family, a mainstay of the family. He was a good guard dog, he barked, he was always attentive to anything going on around the place.
Harvey had been part of the family for 8 years when tragedy struck.
Harvey started to limp initially. The vets diagnosed arthritis, which got very bad very quickly, and after x-rays, the word he used was mashed. They were shot. There was nothing they could do to help him, really, so we made the decision for Harvey, not for us, for Harvey, to have him put to sleep. He couldn't be in that pain, so we had to do it. And as you can see, quite a while after, he was a big part of our lives. Sorry. Yep. Having the space filled under the stairs with Sweetpea has just sort of helped us get over it a bit. It softens the blow. It helps us cope. This is a memorial to Harvey, and it would just mean an awful lot to see the silhouette at the corner of your eye of a bulldog sat alert. It would mean quite a lot to get fixed, really.
What I'd like to do is clear off all this sort of old adhesive and stick it back, you know, nicely so that it looks a lot better than it does.
And his tail, is there anything with...
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
OK, guys, if you leave this with us, and we'll get back to you once we've fixed it. It'll look a lot better than it does now.
Absolutely.
OK?
Oh, thank you very much.
You guys take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You've got the sentimental value, which is directly linked to Harvey. So
Absolutely. Big responsibility.
it's a big responsibility.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm just applying the paint stripper now. This should start to break down the previous adhesive, which will enable me to remove it and undo the previous repair.
What have you done? You covered him up?
Yeah, I've covered him up. It's to hold the active chemicals sort of in place so that they can actually work on the adhesive.
That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, really.
He's going to look a lot more beautiful when I've finished.
From fading masterpieces
The purpose of the filling is to actually bring up the surface.
to clocks that have fallen silent, the repair shop squad is poised to repaint, reupholster and restore Britain's broken objects. Next to arrive is Sue Wright. She's been assigned to Frenchman Guillaume Pons, a specialist ceramics conservator who works with natural materials such as horn, amber and shell.
What did you bring then?
I have a mother-of-pearl item.
Sue's brought a seashell, intricately carved with a depiction of the Last Supper. It arrived in the family via an ancestor who travelled as part of his duties to the church.
I'm not quite sure whether it's come from Brazil, and that would have been about the beginning of the 20th century,
Yeah.
or it's come back a lot further back through various ministers in the family, and it was used for baptisms or something like that.
And what's the story behind Brazil then?
My grandfather was working out there.
Ah, right, okay. It's been broken how long?
Since 1960.
All right. Do you know who did the repair? No.
My mother.
Oh, all right.
Has got the yellow 1960s type glues on it, and they obviously didn't hold.
It looks like more or less everything is there. And the fact that your mother kept it for so long, keeping all the bits together, it must have meant a lot to her.
It did. I mean, she was very upset when it broke, and hence why she kept all the bits.
Yeah?
And so we're really looking forward to seeing if you can do something with it.
Yeah, you'll be very pleased, yeah.
It looks very promising. He seems to be quite confident that it can be repaired and back to pristine condition, which it hasn't been in for 60 years.
First of all, what needs to be done is to clean very well the glue that was put in the 60s. So my work today is going to be to remove all the adhesive with the scalpel. It's time-consuming, but it works very well. I'm very pleased with the cleaning, actually. It worked very well. I don't need to put much glue, just a little drop. It's a bit tricky to do the bonding because the bits, as you can see, are very small and you can't really put them together with tape. I will have to stick them together with some sticky wax.
The wax holds the glued pieces tightly together while the adhesive is drying.
Done. So that means that we wait until tomorrow, until the adhesive has set, and hopefully it's going to stay together. So tomorrow it should be finished.
Guillaume's final task is removing the stabilizing wax from the glued shell.
Hold on now, I remove the sticky wax. You can see where it was broken, you can hardly see it now. It's been a very nice piece to work on, and then I'm very pleased with the results.
On the other side of the workshop, Kirsten's plans for Sweetpea, the bulldog, are coming unstuck, but not in the way she'd hoped for.
It's not going very well, actually. It's proving incredibly difficult to actually get the old adhesive off Sweetpea. I don't know what they use, but it's absolutely rock hard, and I've tried all my usual techniques to actually try and break down the repair, and I'm just getting nowhere at the moment, so it's quite frustrating. Well, yeah. I know you keep suggesting a sledgehammer, but I wonder if you have any practical suggestions.
You could try drilling. Drilling, right, in the cracks with a really fine drill bit or like a really fine file. Kind of like what dentists use.
I know, yeah, no, I've used, yeah, that is a really good idea.
You go to Steve, maybe if you offer to make him a cup of tea or some toast.
Okay, this workshop runs on tea, doesn't it, I think?
Speak to Steve, I'm sure he can help.
Look out, here comes trouble.
Ah.
I'm thinking I might actually try drilling through the little areas where I've actually sort of broken through.
I've got a very, very fine dentist drill. This drill bit should go in there really nicely. It's got a real long reach to it as well,
okay.
So you can go quite deep.
OK, I'm going to give it a go. I just have to be really mindful of not actually damaging the break edges. I think that might be a bit ambitious. And that's definitely not the ceramic that's crunching, is it, Steve?
That's adhesive, I'm
You're
sure.
starting to make me nervous now.
Over
Give
to
that
you.
to me.
Despite careful drilling and filing, Kirsten has realised that she is in danger of further damaging the ceramic.
I've tried absolutely everything I could possibly think of, and also asked around as well, sort of a few of my conservative friends.
So she's had to change tack. Instead of breaking Sweetpea apart, then putting him back together again, she's concentrating on improving the existing repairs.
I'm now having to fill Sweetpea, which is a little bit of a compromise. It's not ideal, but it's the only thing that I can do actually in these circumstances.
After filling and sanding several times to achieve the perfect finish, Kirsten must now disguise her repairs by creating the perfect colour match.
I'm just starting to block in the colours and sort of try and hide the white fills that are there. There's lots and lots of different colours all over the face. But the decoration under the glaze is very sort of spotty, so I kind of just stipple with my brush to recreate that effect.
It's taken Kirsten days of dogged work to get Sweetpea looking less rough. And she still has to put the spring back into his corkscrew tail.
Putting Sweetpea's tail back on is sort of a little bit like surgery, restoring him to his former glory. It's really critical to get the shape absolutely right at this stage. You can sand it and shape it once it's cured, but it becomes very, very hard, and it's much, much easier to do it now while it's soft and malleable. with the way everyone's sort of handling the objects, you know, it's just having a respect for the pieces that you're working on. At the end of the day, people have brought them to you because they're precious items. So, you know, we handle them with care and respect.
It's this ethos that drives the repair shop team in their quest to recycle, renovate and rejuvenate items which were once consigned to the scrap heap. The next deserving item is being brought in by Scandinavian-born Nina Tucknott, who now lives in Hove.
Oh, so this is your one, yeah?
This is my rocking chair.
So, tell us about it.
My maternal grandparents were given it for their wedding day back in the late 1920s, and this was in Finland, where I come from. Right. And in 1960, in August, when my parents got married, they were given it in turn for their wedding.
Wow.
And I'm born in 1961, and it's obviously been part of my life always.
Wow. 1920s? Do the maths. You're younger than me.
That's nearly 100 years.
It's nearly 100 years.
Wow, this is nearly 100 years old.
Yeah, well, so I'm told. My grandparents had a big farm, and it was always in what they call the saal, which is like the salon. And then my parents, it was always in the lounge. But I know, as a child, I suffered very badly from severe ear infections. Okay. And my mum and dad used to take turns sitting at night, rocking me in this chair.
So much history. I mean, I have never seen a rocking mechanism like this before. Never. Never. It's so simple, but really effective.
Yes, it is. I mean, it means you don't topple over. You can go back a long way, but it keeps you quite safe. It's a bit worse for wear. This down here has always looked like that, and my mum used to stuff it with cotton wool because it used to annoy her having a hole.
Right.
Since before it came on the journey to England, this chipped off, so it's never, there was a little piece there, but that went on the journey when it came over. The one thing I would love, fabric-wise, to feature a little bit of red. Okay. This is the farmhouse that my grandparents had, and this is a very typical Scandinavian colour. So I kind of feel that the red, a little bit of red in the fabric would just sort of tie it back to home, sort of thing.
Do you reckon you could do the wood?
I think I can handle the wood.
You can handle
the fabric.
The fabric, yeah. I love going a bit of red. That's not me. And the painting. Yeah, it does need to. It's had a couple of coats.
It has. The last time my dad did it, and I was a little girl, so it's back in the 60s, so it's not been done since.
Right. OK, well, if you leave it with us, we'll fully restore it.
Can't wait. That would be wonderful. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to you, Will. Thanks. Bye.
I don't know how it's held on together.
Because there's a cable going from this end on the left side, right, and that goes into the back leg on the left side, and there's a cable on this side, and that goes down into this side. So it's sort of like an X.
I'm with you.
So you're never going to flip off because you're being held from the other direction.
Both ways, yeah.
So simple, but like really clever.
I get the feeling that they really, really liked it, and they're obviously excited about bringing it back to its former glory.
If you don't mind, bring it over to me, bench for me, will you?
Yeah.
Nice one.
That's right. If you make some space.
I will do.
I'll be there in about 45 minutes.
All right.
Oh, that's lovely.
Over on Kirsten's workbench, Sweetpea the bulldog's grooming session is nearly complete.
Sounds like you've got a new toy. Kept that quiet, didn't you?
You love a bit of kit.
I do love a bit of kit.
Oh, I'm just doing a little bit of airbrushing on Sweetpea. I've hand-painted most of it, and I was actually just sort of putting a clear glaze over the top.
But hold on, glaze is like the end, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
So the end is near?
Well, the end is near, yes. I'm sort of in the final stages, really.
Steve, come over here a minute, mate. Will, here we go.
All done.
Sweetpea.
All done, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
When Scott and Diana left Sweetpea at the repair shop, he was, well, a bit of a dog's dinner.
Since Sweetpea's been gone, Harvey has been at the forefront of our minds.
As soon as Sweetpea's back in the rightful place, I think we'll move on.
I won't keep you waiting any longer. I've got him just here, so...
It's not Sweetpea as you know him.
Sweetpea Mark II.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
Definitely ready, yes.
OK,
Yeah.
there he is. So...
Wow.
The eyes are all...
Just wow.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness me.
Wow.
Good grief.
Obviously, the tail is missing
Oh,
as well.
fantastic.
So I hope that's the right...
No, that's beautiful.
It's perfect.
Can't get over this. Sweetpea looks stunning, and I think the tail, just the icing on the cake, to have the whole thing finished up. And the colour match as well around the head, the shading. Beautiful.
And the inside, have you seen the inside?
How the heck have you done that?
Well,
You're a miracle worker.
Is that all right?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Lovely.
This is the lady you got to thank, not me. She's done all the work.
it has been a pleasure. I'm so pleased that you're happy.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us draw closure.
I think once Sweetpea's back
It's the final
where it
chapter.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back inside the repair shop, Jay's getting to grips with the 100-year-old rocking chair.
To me, this looks a bit homemade because you've got this Regency fabric just stitched onto. It looks like the back of some Hessian, but actually, I think it's a bit of carpet.
You are making some serious progress.
Yeah, it is actually.
Well, you're missing some pieces. There's a piece off the top.
Well, no, I'm not missing any pieces. You're the guy that's sorting out the pieces. So I'm not missing them. They're just in your brain, your fingers, and you're going to do it all, ain't you? So I need a bit on here.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit on there that I need. I've got the other bit. It's just drying at the moment. So where are you going?
Huh? I'm going to get my stuff.
Oh, you're going to get your stuff and come
in.
in?
Reminding my fingers.
Right. What are you going to do anyway? You're going to fix this, aren't you?
Yeah. I have some really cool mould making stuff.
Okay.
And I think what I'll do, because we can't replace these, I think these are made of metal, and they screw onto the inner wiring. But what I could do is make a mould of that and make that out of plaster or something.
Will repairs the hole with a fast-setting filler before using a silicon-based putty which hardens to form a mould of the missing button.
Easy with the back.
Easy till I go.
You keep on doing it.
I keep on doing it. I'm apologising. Use. Now take it off. Let's have a look. It's got to look like... God, blimey. It does look like it as well. And it's hard already. Wow. That's impressive.
Hey.
That's impressive.
Hey.
Well done.
Where
Well
there's
done.
a will, there's a way.
There's a way.
Jay will have to down tools momentarily, with ceramicist Guillaume having left the repair shop after completing the restoration of the mother-of-pearl shell. It's up to Jay to hand it back to its owner, Sue.
Hello, Sue. How you doing? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Have you come for your mother-of-pearl shell? Is that right?
Yes, I have, yes.
OK, 2 minutes.
Sue's about to see her rare and beautiful heirloom intact for the first time in almost 60 years.
Guillaume has done a brilliant job, I believe.
That is absolutely wonderful. I'm sure the pieces that were broken off were down in this bottom right-hand corner here.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to see where it is. He's just done such a wonderful job on it.
He has, hasn't he?
Yes.
What would Mum think of this now?
Oh, she'd be thrilled, because obviously, having kept all the bits, that would have been her ideal thing, was to get it mended.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
So where is this going to be placed in your house now?
Well, I think it needs to be framed, so it's safe, because it's still delicate, rather than on a plate stand.
I totally agree
with
with
a similar velvety or something dark-coloured background to show it off.
to show it off. So what I'll do is I'll get it wrapped up now and allow you to take it home and enjoy it some more.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
I was absolutely amazed at the wonderful craftsmanship that Guillaume has done on it. I'm just in awe of them. I'm so grateful to have it back.
With another satisfied customer on her way, it's back to work for Jay. And there's final flourishes to add to the 100-year-old rocker.
Bosh, bish, bash. Bum, bum, bum. Done. What do you think then, Gov?
I reckon that is really, really smart. I love that little touch there. That just sets it off beautiful.
Will's done proud on there.
He's done a great job of that.
Carved it in, and this little bit here as well.
Has he turned it up?
Well, he's made it out of plaster.
What? He's a skillful chap.
He is, don't tell him.
I know. I have problems telling you.
Ladies? Ladies, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Here's his name.
Yeah, and he's straight in there.
over.
So it's done. What do you reckon?
That's like a chair version of you.
That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah. It is, actually.
In fact, if you sat on there, you'd be camouflaged, wouldn't you?
Always camouflage.
Jokers. You know I don't sit on a chair. No one sits on it onto the owner.
Restoration complete, Nina's beloved chair is rocking up in Hove,
Heavy.
where her two sons, Sebastian and Lucas, are taking charge of this family treasure.
Both Will and Jay seemed very excited when they first got the chair in the repair shop, and they both seemed very confident. I mean, it was a bit scary for me to sort of leave it there and not know what was going to happen.
The chair's really important to my mum. It's always been there, really. It's just kind of been something that we've always played with. It's always been kind of literally part of the furniture. You ready to see it?
I'm ready to see it.
Here we go.
Wow, amazing. Look at that lovely red piping on the side, which is what I wanted, a bit of red to remember and remind me of Grandma's and Granddad's farm. And look at this, new lease of life. And look down here, they've put a new covering on there. That used to just be a hole and you could see right through. Precious, absolutely precious. I just wish they could be here and I could say thank you so much, because they've done a really grand job with it. Brings back so many happy memories, doesn't it? It's brilliant, isn't it? It's priceless, because obviously there's so much history that I remember, and also because I'm living in a different country, every time I look at it, it does bring back memories of the farm, memories of my mum. It is part of my life. It is very, very important, and that's why we have it, and we'll keep it. Can you rock? Can you rock? Are we going back?
It's really important to recreate those kind of moments that we've had photos in the chair, and it's so nice to see Hayden in the chair as well and recapture those memories, and hopefully in many, many, many years his children will have photos in the chair as well.
Join us next time as more items receive the repair shop treatment and are given a new lease of life.